This is the answer key to the February 16th classwork questions on Module 8. The Golembieski family went out to eat at Red Robin and their dinner bill was $80. The waiter was great, so the family decided to give the waiter a 20% tip. How much tip did the waiter receive? Use the percent model. So since the whole bill was $80, I have the whole thing showing $80. So that means each section represents $8. So every 10% is $8. Since the family decided to give the waiter a 20% tip, I had to shade two boxes, which equals 20%. So the amount for 20% is 16. So the family left a $16 tip on an $80 food bill. Now, if the question asks how much did the family pay for the meal, you would do 80 plus the 16 tip, and that would have been $96. The Moore family went out to eat at Applebee's, and their service was only mediocre, which means okay. So the family decided to leave a 15% tip. If the meal totaled $70, what was the amount of the tip? Use the percent model. So the whole thing's out of 70, that means each section is 7. When service is great, you'd give normally 20% tip. When service is okay, you can vary from 10% to 15%. So since the Moore family decided to give 15%, I shaded the first. Now each section is 7. So I shaded the first box, which is 10%. And then to get to 15, we have to shade half. Half of 7 is 3.5. If you divided 7 by 2, you get 3.5. So we added, if you look on the right, 7 plus 3.5. And you know when you're adding decimals, you have to line up decimals. 7 has a decimal after it, 7.0 plus 3.5, which is 10.5. And if you throw a dollar sign in front of it, it's $10.50. Don't forget your final answer has to have the 0 at the end. So that's how much tip the family would leave if it was 15%. Hannah had received a box of chocolates with 15 pieces of chocolates inside. She ate 3 pieces. What percent of the chocolates were not eaten? You can use a percent model or use another method. So just be careful with this question. The whole thing's out of 15. That means each section is 1.5. You move the decimal one to the left from 15, so you get 1.5. Since she ate 3 pieces, I had to shade 2 boxes because 1.5 plus 1.5 is 3. This represents the 3 pieces that Hannah ate, and that equals 20% eaten. But the question's asking what percent of the chocolates were not eaten. So they're actually looking for this section here. Since the orange shows what's eaten, a non-shaded is not eaten. So 80% of the box was not eaten of the chocolates. Another way you could have solved this without percent model, if 3 out of the 15 were eaten, you could simplify 315 to 1/5, which we know is 20%. So if 20% is eaten, then 80% is not eaten. There are 40 Skittles in every bag, and 18 of them were lemon flavored. What percentage of the bag were lemon flavored Skittles? So if I use the percent model, the whole thing's 40, each section's 4. We want to shade 18. So we colored 4 times 4 is 16. I need 2 more. So I had to cut the next box in half. So that became 2. So I added that up, that's 18. And if you add the percentage up, that's 45%. Now this problem maybe could have been easier to solve without the percent model. 18 out of 40 are lemon flavored. I want to change that to percent. So what I first did is I changed 18 over 40 divided by 2 to get 9/20. And then I multiplied top and bottom by 5 to make it out of 100. 45% are lemon flavored. On the trip, 4 students brought lunch, which is 20% of the students on the trip. How many students were on the trip? So here I'm looking for the whole, which I don't know. All I know is 20% of the students. So this is representing the students that went on the trip, who brought lunch onto the trip. They brought lunch. So I shaded 20%. And that equals, that's representing 4 students. So that's 4 students in 2 boxes. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So if I know that's 2, then I know that the rest of the boxes are 2, which means how many total students went on the trip? 2 times 10 is 20. So the answer is 20 students went on the trip. Ray was working on his homework and completed 70% of it. If he completed 21 questions so far, how many problems were completed for homework? So if you look, I would say 70%. That's representing the completed questions so far. The whole thing, the 7 sections out of 21. 21 divided by 7 is 3. So then I divided by 3. That means all boxes equal 3. So how many questions were for homework? 30 problems. Match the fractions with, here, if you want to screenshot this, you can. Match the fractions with its decimal and percent and percent with its equivalent. So 1/4 is 25%. So that's the easy one. You could do the percent first. And then the decimal form of 20%, 25% is 0.25. 1/2 is 50%. And the decimal version, get rid of the percent, move the decimal twice to the left, is 0.50 or 0.5. 3/4 is 75% or 0.75. 3/5 is 6/10 or 60%. 1/5 is 20%, so 3/5 is 60%. And the decimal, get rid of the percent, move the decimal twice to the left, 0.60 or 0.6. So this is the answer, and these are the 4 that were not used. Feel free to try any of these again.